Hi everybody and welcome back to another guitar lesson. Today we're going to look at Behelit from the anime Berserk. Let's jump in. So Behelit is based around an arpeggio sequence that is performed rather fast, and so it will be challenging to play this at speed on the guitar. But what I do is I hold a bar on the 9th fret. This is the backbone of the arpeggio. So the first note is the 12th fret of the low E string. Then I play the 10th fret of the A string. And then using that bar, I'm playing the 9th fret of the G string. Then I go back to the 12th fret of the low E string. Putting that together. The next part is the 9th fret of the D string with that bar shape. Then I pull off from the 12th fret to the 10th fret of the A string. Then I play the 9th fret of the G string. So putting that together. Then I play the 12th fret of the A string, the 9th fret of the D string, then the 12th fret of the low E string, the 10th fret of the A string, the 9th fret of the G string, and then finally I play the 12th fret of the A string. Putting all that together. So hopefully that clarifies things. I'll play it one more time. So the picking pattern I'm using is I'm using my thumb on the low E string. I'm using my index finger on the A string. And I'm using my middle finger on the D string. And I'm using my ring finger on the G string. So that's the picking pattern. So thumb for the first string, the low E string, index for the A string, middle finger for the D string, and then ring finger for the G string. So whatever notes I'm hitting on those strings, I'm always using those same fingers. So just observe the picking pattern here. Okay, so for the arpeggio, there's also a high accompaniment riff. It's extremely intricate, so it's really hard to explain it. You can get tripped up with the notes because they're all bunched together. So what I'll do is I'll play it really slowly, and then I'll attempt to break it down. But if I get lost, bear with me. Okay, so here is the riff. Okay, that's it. And it repeats, it loops over and over again throughout the track. Now, to play this, it's on the B string, and you're playing the 10th fret, and then the 12th fret, then back to the 10th fret, then the 8th fret. So, then the 10th fret, the 12th fret, the 8th fret, and then you do a skip up to the 12th fret. Like that. Now, this is where it can get a little bit tricky. So you're playing the 10th fret, 12th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret, then the 10th fret, 12th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret. Now you go to the 12th fret, then the 10th fret, the 8th fret, and then back to the 10th fret. And that's the loop closed. Okay. So that's it, broken down. So I'll play it one more time very slowly. That's it. So going over that riff is this kind of pulse note on the 12th fret of the high E string. So it's like that. Okay, so I play 4 notes the first time and then 3 notes the second time. That's it. Okay, so that's actually all the really difficult stuff of this tune covered. The rest is fairly straightforward. Okay, so we've done all the very difficult parts of Behelit, thank goodness. So what comes next is just the rhythm guitar section. So I went for kind of a gent type of rhythm, or what I think approximates that, and it's very simple. So what you're doing is just playing a low E chord, playing an open E string, using your index middle fingers to play the A and D strings on the second fret, like that, and you rest your palm against the strings to get that chug. So I play it like this. So to slow that down, now to add some more intensity later on, I play the high E chord. So I'm using my index finger on the ninth, or is it the seventh fret of the A string, the seventh fret of the A string, and then my ring finger and my little finger on the ninth fret of the D and G strings. So I play that. So speeding it up. Okay, so that's more or less that. Then I alternate the rhythm a little bit, again to add variation and intensity. So it's basically this. Like that. So to slow it down. Okay, that's that. And then, okay, I took some liberties with the original track. So I'm basically just playing a C chord here. So index finger on the third fret of the A string, ring finger on the D string, and little finger. So the D string, you're playing the fifth fret, and then your little finger is playing the fifth fret of the G string, just below that. So like that. So I'm retaining the same rhythm. Now here I'm doing a stretch with my little finger up to the seventh fret of the G string. And then I move my little finger to the B string on the fifth fret. So I play that twice, like that. And then I play the seventh fret of the B string. Like that. Okay, so I return to the original E chord. So I'll just play that again, but this time all the way through. Okay, so that's essentially the little kind of contribution I added, or I'd like to think of it as a contribution, but maybe it's not. And then I added a kind of a new section to it, again taking liberties, sorry. But this is where like the solo would come in, so basically just an E chord. So I'm playing an A power chord up here. So that's like fifth fret of the A string, and then the seventh frets on the fifth fret on the E string, and then the seven frets on the A and D strings. Then just moving up the same shape to the seventh fret of the E string and the ninth fret of the A and D strings. And then I'm playing this chord here on the 4th fret of the A string and then the 6th fret of the D and G strings. And that's the rhythm guitar, all of it. So I guess the next part would be the solo. Okay, so here's the solo, which I'm just going to play through, and then I'll go break it apart. So here we go. First thing is you're bending the 15th fret of the B string, and then you're releasing that bend so that you return to the original pitch, like that. Then, and you might want to add some vibrato to give it a bit of, spice. And then also do some vibrato on the 12th fret of the G string. So, and then you slide down to the 7th fret of the G string, and then you slide up to the 9th fret. And then to the 6th fret. You slide from the 9th to the 6th. So like that. And you might want to depress the tremolo arm if you have one, and do a bit of vibrato with that. And then I do a kind of like shreddy scale. So it's starting on the 4th fret of the G string. Then it goes up to the 6th fret, then the 7th fret, then 5th fret of the B string, 7th fret, and then 8th fret. And then on the high E string, it's 5, 7, 9. And then I just repeat the same pattern but backwards coming down. So 9, 7, 5. And then on the B string, it's 8, 7, 5. And then on the G string, it's 7, 6. So, to play that slowly. Then you play the 5th fret of the D string. Then the G string. I mean the 4th fret of the D string, sorry. So, then the 5th fret of the A string. Then the 4th fret of the A string, and you slide all the way up to the 16th fret of the A string. And you give it loads of vibrato. Okay, and that's the entire first part of the solo. Okay, here's the second part of the solo, which I will play. Okay, let's break that down. So the first thing is I'm playing the 12th fret of the B string, and I'm doing a hammer on and pull off from the 10th fret to the 12th fret and then back to the 10th fret, like so. Like that. And then I'm going down to the 8th fret, and then I'm playing the 10th fret again. So to put all that together. Okay, and then the next part I'm doing a kind of a slide. It's a very fast slide. It was kind of influenced by Mesut Rastgeldi. He's a Turkish guitarist. He does these kind of really fast slides and hammer-ons and pull-offs to give a kind of arabesque or Middle Eastern type of vibe to the guitar, which I think is very innovative. So I wanted to incorporate some of that influence. So what I'm doing is I'm doing this really fast slide from the 8th fret to the 10th fret, like that. But to play that slowly. Okay. But I'm just doing it really fast. So. And then I'm doing the 7th to the 8th. And then the 5th to the 7th. So. Okay. And then I bend the 4th fret of the G string and release that bend, and then I play the 2nd fret of the G string, and then I pull off to the open G string, but then I also play an open D string to be avant-garde. Okay, and then what I do is another shred run. So D string, I play the 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th, and then on the G string I'm playing the 4th, 6th, 7th, and then on the B string I'm playing the 5, 7, 8, and then on the E string I'm playing 5, 7. Then I go back down to 5, and then on the B string I'm playing again 8, 7, 5. So and then let's see, what was the next part? Yeah, 7. So this is on the G string, 7, 6. So let's see. And then the last note is the 4th fret of the G string, like that. So putting that all together. Like that. And then I do this big slide up to the 19th fret, the 19th fret of the high E string, and I do a kind of hammer on and pull off. So I'm going from the 17th and then hammering on to the 19th, and then pulling off to the 17th, and then I bend up the 20th fret, and then I play at the same time the 17th fret on the high E string. So I'm playing bending the 20th fret on the B string, and then playing the 17th fret on the high E string at the same time. And then the last time I do it, I'm playing just the 20th fret on the B string. Then I'm playing the 22nd fret on the high E string, and I'm bending up to the 24th. And then I'm doing the exact same thing on the B string. So that's the 22nd to the 24th, but I'm bending up. And then I play it again, but this time I play the 20th fret on the B string. And then I repeat the same pattern, bending the 17th to the 19th on the B string, and then going down to the 15th fret. Again, all on the B string. Then I play a boomer lick. Although I think this lick is so great, it's timeless, you know. I wouldn't assign it to like boomer guitarists, even though it came from that era. It's just cool. I love it. So basically, you're bending the 4th fret of, or not the 4th fret, sorry. You're bending the 14th fret of the G string, and then you're using your index finger to play the 12th frets of the B and E string. So, and then you're pulling off from the 15th to the 12th fret on the B string, and then and then you're playing the 15th fret, 14 and 12 on the G string, and then you're bending up the 14th again on the G string, and then you're using your little finger to play the 15th fret on the E string, and then so it's like that, and then you bend the 14th again. So this is your bending, and then you're doing a pull off to the 12th fret of the 12th fret of the G string, and then you're using your ring finger to play the 14th fret of the D string. Okay, like that. And then you have your index finger playing the 12th frets of the G and B strings. Give it some vibrato there as well. And then you play the 14th fret of the D string. So putting all that together, you can do a bit of a slide down the D string as well. Okay, so the final part of the end section consists of these nods to Shine On You Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd. Uh, they're part of the backing guitars. So to play this, in the original I used a pitch shifter pedal, but assuming you don't have one, you can play it up here on the 11th fret of the D string. Then you play the 10th fret of the B string, then back to the 11th fret of the D string, and then the 12th fret of the G string. So to play that slowly, then you play down here the 2nd fret of the D string, then the 3rd fret of the B string, back to the 2nd fret of the D string, and then the 2nd fret of the B string. So to play that slowly. So putting all that together. Okay, that wraps up another video. Consider liking and subscribing to the channel, or leave a comment down below. In the description, I have a link to my Patreon, and I was thinking, right, that if enough people were to very generously and kindly donate to it, I could go to the recording studio and do like a professionally recorded version of Bonfire of Dreams, because then it will just sound like 10 times better. So it's just an idea. And also, like, in return for those Patreon donations, I can do guitar lessons on whatever songs you want to do. Also, I have a link to my album, which is free to download from Bandcamp. So maybe if you like prog rock or prog metal, you know, consider possibly listening to it, or if you want to download it, it's free. And I'm also working on another album actually at the moment, and it's coming close to completion. So it should be really cool when it's finally done. And obviously, I'll put it up here and on Spotify, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, and all those places. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.